Today we're going to make a sticker sheet and I'm going to show you step by step on how to do that. So first of all, you just need to load up a new project in Canvas Design Space, and then we're going to press upload here and then upload again. Here we're just going to browse our computer for the file that we want to make a sticker sheet out of, and you have to remember that if you're making sticker sheets you need to have a file set up with the transparent background. The way to do that is if you have a designing software like Photoshop or Affinity Designer, just upload your file into the design software like I've done here and select the background. The background on this file was all white and I just did magic select and then selected the white and refined up every little bit that I wanted to keep, and then I just erased it. Then you just want to export the file as a PNG or a JPEG. Personally, I always save it as a PNG. It gives you better results when printing and it's just generally a much higher quality file type. It retains more of the resolution of the document, which is what you need for printing. So I'm just going to export that. Go back to Design Space and the file is here as a PNG. Just going to load that up. Now Design Space is going to go through a few steps where it's going to ask us to refine our file. So here's another option to remove the background. If you didn't want to do it in your design software, you could just straight up load the document with the background layer into Design Space and then select all the white or whatever color your background is and remove it that way. I just prefer doing it in a design software because it's faster and you have a little bit more control over what you want to delete. Also, Design Space is quite laggy, so when you're deleting a lot of area of your document, it's going to take a long time. So I've already done it, I'm happy with my file and I'm going to press apply and continue. In the next step, Design Space is asking which format I want to load my file into. So it's giving you a little information on what each file type is. I'm going to go for flat graphic full color because I want to use print and cut. Then I'm just going to press continue. This is what the file looks like according to Design Space and I'm happy with that, so I'm just going to press upload. Just wait for it to load and then here it is, still loading. There we go. Now Design Space is giving a little error saying it's too large, but that's fine because we're going to resize the document anyway. I want to make an A6 size sticker sheet, so what I'm going to do is resize this. This is what's going to be kiss cut. I'm just going to now create a separate background layer in Design Space because I'm having a plain background. I'm not doing it in my design software, but if you wanted something that you didn't want to kiss cut, you can just do it in your designing software. For example, I would have maybe written stickers by Sid here. I'd have to have two layers here, then I'd have to export each layer separately and upload them to Design Space separately. So I'm just going to go back to Design Space. If you need any more clarification, then I can give it to you in another video. So here I have my stickers. These are going to be kiss cut, which basically means they'll peel off the sheet. I want to give it a background because I want to make my sticker sheets a specific size. If I didn't give it a background, I would just have an A4 sheet with stickers cut out of it. But I want it specifically A6. And by A6, I mean it's half of a standard sheet of paper. In America, standard size is letter size. Here we call it A4. There's a slight difference in size. A6 is just half of the standard sheet of paper. Now I'm just going to go to shape and I'm going to go for a standard square. Going to unlock it over here in the dimensions and I'm going to give it size 10.5 by 14.8. I'm going to change the colour to white and then I'm going to send it to the back. Now here's the key to sticker sheets. So because I want to kiss cut the top layer but die cut the bottom layer, kiss cut means cutting on the surface, so it's not cutting through the whole of your paper. Because sticker paper is essentially two layers, one is your backing, which is not sticky, and one is the top layer, which is sticky. So you want to cut the top layer of this document here, the actual fruits and labels, so they peel off the backing. Now with this new layer that I've created, this square which is actually a rectangle, I want to die cut it. So I want this to cut through both the layers of the sticker paper or sticker vinyl, whatever you're using. So to do that, you have to trick your Cricut into it. So the way to do that is by just duplicating that layer several times. For the sticker paper, sticker vinyl that I've chosen to use, the amount of duplications I would do is 5. You can do as many as you think you need. Test cuts are always good to run so that you can identify any issues. Now to get all of this refined up, what you need to do is, and this is just my preferred way of doing it, is that I move everything into the corner and align it at the top corner. You can do the center align, however I prefer this way. So now this top layer, as you can see, it's literally edge to edge with my background. So I'm actually just going to make it a bit smaller so that there's a little bit of space between the die cut layer and the kiss cut layer, because you don't want to have any overlapping in the two types of cuts, because if there is any overlapping, then you might end up cutting off a little bit of your sticker. And I'm just going to do that manually, and then I'm going to center that with the background layers. So for all of these, we should have basic cut selected, except for the top layer, which should be print and basic cut. Just going to check all of those. If you wanted a design on your background, then you'd have to have all the layers set to print and basic cut. So before you send this to print or make it, you have to select all your layers, and you have to select the option attach. This ensures that when you go to press make it, it's making it all on one mat and not putting each layer on a separate mat. Because if you don't attach it, it's going to think that each one of these layers that we've created is a separate sheet of paper. When you attach it, it understands that it's all on one paper. So if just show you here, when I click make it, it's all on one sheet of paper and one mat. So if I just show you the other way, so if I detach these and show you without them attached, so if you go make it, now as you can see, each layer is now on different mats. So for this first one, it's put on this mat up here for printer, and then it's put 3 separate rectangles on another mat, and then it's done 2 on another mat, which isn't what we want. So we're just going to go cancel out of that, select all the layers again, select attach, and then select make it. And then you'll have all of your layers on one mat, cutting out of one sheet of paper in exactly the layout that you just created. Another thing that you can do is, if you don't want to cut exactly the stickers, for example you want a little bit of a border around them, you just detach those layers, and you have this option here which is called offset. So what this is it cuts away from your image. If I was going to do this, I would actually do it in my designer software, but just for a little bit of a reference. So you see this light blue line here that is showing you where it's now going to cut. However, it's quite far away, as you can see from the image. We just need to narrow that down when it loads. So now it's cutting about there. You can narrow it even more. That's 0. We can do 0.01. That's a bit further apart. You can do 0.05. I think I might stick to 0.05. That's a nice little border. And then this creates a new layer once you press apply. and this new layer, it will print out if you don't do the next step. So what we want to do now is I'm going to change it to white or whatever colour border you want, really, to be honest, and then you're just going to flatten it with the top layer. So select both the layers and select flatten. So this creates one image out of the two layers, and what it allows you to do is to only cut around that offset that you set and not both the images separately. Now if we go through and attach everything and go back to make it, it should then again be as you've put your formatting. So now if I show you the settings, so if we just click center printer, now we don't want to do add bleed. What we want to do is use the system dialog box. This means that you can control the print quality. So when we press print now, it's going to load up my printer dialog box in the background, and you have to close Design Space for it to load up. So here we go. I've selected A4 because that's the sheet of paper I'm going to put in my printer. I'm going to just select quality and media. I'm going to select photo paper. I'm printing on matte sticker paper. I'm going to go with the print quality as high. Then I'm just going to go for color options, and here I'm going to choose graphics. Now if you are a beginner at this, I would 100% do a test print on normal printer paper rather than the sticker paper or sticker vinyl, because you want to see the print quality and don't want any wastage. Got a little bit of wastage here myself, but that's just because I'm doing it for demonstration. So then we just press print, wait for it to come out of the printer, and we can see the next step. So once we have our mat loaded up with the printout, and we can set the printer material. So usually for die cut I would go for cardstock, but we're not doing die cut, we're doing kiss cut. So for that I'll go for Vinyl Plus. It is going to do die cut, however we've tricked it into doing those several cuts, and so it will do those. So here is the final product. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Thank you.